Hey, Integrity Church, just want to give you a quick announcement on what to expect on Sunday mornings with a new update from Governor Cooper as well as the CDC guidelines. We as a church right now are not enforcing social distancing or mask wearing. We do ask that you would just use your discretion and as always just use grace and kindness with people perhaps that might still want to do those two things. We as a staff team and as a leadership team, we're going to continue to have masks in our back pockets, and if you approach us with a mask, we'll put ours on just out of respect for you, and we just really want to meet people wherever they are. The other things that you can expect now at Integrity Church when you come is in response to the gospel. This is what we used to do pre-pandemic. We would respond by taking of the Lord's Supper every single Sunday morning, and we are really excited about bringing that back. So we'll have 4 stations in place to do that. We'll have hand sanitizer around those stations where you can come and you can take the bread, which is a remembrance of the body of Christ that was broken for you. You'll take the bread, and you can also take the cup, which is a remembrance of Jesus' blood that was shed for you. And so Jesus put this in place for disciples, something that early church did. This is something that we do in response to the gospel. So as a church, we believe that's really important, and we're really excited about bringing that back. You can also expect that we'll also be passing the baskets once again for giving and offering. We no longer have stations for that as you leave, but we'll have that as another way to respond to the gospel. Here's really what I want to encourage you to do and to really pray about and think about, church. I know we have been sort of in a season of social distancing, and maybe some of you have just not felt comfortable coming to church yet. But now with things that, a lot of the things that are lifted, the vaccine has been widely spread, I really want to invite you just to consider coming back to the public gathering if you've not been able to do so. And if you feel safe and if you're able, really want to urge you to do that. The scriptures tell us in Hebrews chapter 10, let us hold fast to the confession of our hope without wavering. For he who promised is faithful. And let us consider how to stir one another up with love and good works, not neglecting to meet together as a habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day dawning near. Oftentimes, people just use this passage just as this is why we should gather. But there's so much more to just coming on a Sunday morning. It's really about building one another up or stirring one another up with love and good works. And so it's part of fellowshipping, encouraging each other. It's also part of serving together, serving one another, and also serving our community together. So I really want to invite you into that space. The online church just cannot replace the body of Christ meeting together, singing together, responding together, serving together. So I hope that you can begin to re-engage with the body of Christ in this season, in the days ahead. As a church, we always say we want to do 2 things well. We want to gather well, and we want to scatter well. So we want to gather here on Sunday mornings and preach and hear the word and respond to it as we scatter throughout our city. And this is really what it means as a church, to mature and multiply believers, to leave a gospel legacy. And that's what we are all about as a church family.